This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. A station that pays.
This is MC Reggie Fresh from the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. And folks, she's in the building. She was born and raised in the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. She went to Grosse Pointe High School in the suburbs. Then she moved to Georgia in 2004 and graduated at Patrick Henry High School. She went to cosmetology school in 2006 and became a licensed hairstylist in 2007. She was doing hair at the age of 8 and started her hair business in 2017. And she's the owner and stylist of DiorStylezz LLC and the inventor and CEO of Peace Undies LLC. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Dominique SlimDior.
Gotta get my bread off. Another day, another dollar. Yeah. Still riding around in my Impala. Yeah. Just another day, and every day we got a profit. Yeah. Know it's robbing season, and everybody out there.
This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show.
Sleep, but baby, not on me. Baby, you don't wanna play with me. We got so much artillery. We got hard like Timothy. A life sentence, so they sentence me. Talk about all they.
Welcome to the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. What's going on, Miss Dominique?
What's up? How are you, Mr. Reggie? How are you?
Hey, I can't call it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Okay, then. I like that.
All I know is you got a lot of energy, and I know that you are entrepreneur. You got that mindset. And the first question I want to ask you is, what made you want to become a beautician?
What made me want to become a beautician? Well, I grew up in Detroit.
The D.
So, yeah, 313, the east side, Wilshire, gang. They're my babies. So I grew up in a rough area. However, I had a Caucasian white girl, really like the only white girl in my neighborhood. And she used to always let me play in her hair. I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. She used to let me put fake color in it and cut it, and she ain't never tell me to stop. So I'm just like, as time went on, like when I used to get my little babies and stuff, I used to play with them and do their hair and stuff like that. And as I got older, it was just something that naturally came to me, and it became a passion.
Right. Okay. All right, then. So let me ask you this. What school did you go to?
Meaning hair school?
Yeah, your hair school.
I went to Georgia Career Institute in Conyers, Georgia.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. What was the most hair that you have done in one day, and how long did it take you to do it? Because I know when you're doing women's hair, it takes a lot anyway. So give me that figure.
Okay, well, when it comes to the hair business and when a person is really passionate about it, they want to take their time, but they want to also do it in an actual, timely manner, because no one wants to sit there and get their hair done all day anyway.
Right.
No one wants to stand there and do somebody's hair all day, but when you're passionate about it, that doesn't matter. So I can say, depending on what the style is or what the client wanted, maybe 4 in a day.
Wow. Okay. All right. Now, let me ask you this. There's other people out there that wants to be beauticians, probably in school right now. So could you tell them what's the procedure on becoming a hairstylist?
Well, the first thing I'm going to tell the ladies or the gentlemen, because men, when you want to become barbers, you also have to go to school to be a cosmetologist. It's not just you go to school just for barbering. You go to school to actually learn how to do pin curls and roller sets and finger waves, and all of that. So the first thing I would tell anybody is to stay dedicated. Stay dedicated, because not only is it just because it's a year program, I don't know if it's the same thing now. I went to school in 2007, 2008.
Right.
Back in the day, a little bit. You see what I'm saying? But now, with a lot more things going on in the world, different hairstyles and things like that, I don't really know what the criteria are. But just stay dedicated, because that's the most important thing. You're going to get a lot of book work. You're going to get a lot of hands-on. You know what I'm saying? And if, like me, it's a passion for me. So I already knew how to do hair. It was just that I wanted to get the background, the other fields of different other textures of hair, and, the important license part of the industry.
Right. Okay. And
so just keep going. Like, don't give up, because it's gonna be times like when I was in hair school, I lost my father. You see what I'm saying? So I had a trial and a tribulation and a hurdle that I had to jump over in order to keep pushing. I quit going for a minute after that happened, because that was a tragedy. But I had to kick myself in the butt and realize that, this is something that I like to do and something that I want to do. And my father wouldn't want me to give up. He wouldn't want me to stop doing what I like to do.
Exactly. That's what's up, sister. That's what's up. Now, being in barber school, we had to go. It was, 1,500 hours? Something like that. I think, it was 1,500 hours.
And that's the exact same thing it was when it was 100. It was a year.
Or 9 months. Well, ours was 9 months or 1,500 hours. Yeah.
Yep. About the same. It really depends on you. Some people graduate faster. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it's longer process. You know what I'm saying? People have lives and things that happen and things like that. Some people, once they finish, when it's time to go to state board, they freeze up, because when it comes to state board, them folks are in your face.
You better believe it.
They're in your face. They want you to mess up. They want you to slip up. And any little slip up, you're going to have to go take the test again.
Wow. Yes, ma'am. You're right. Okay, now, Dominique, let me ask you this. So, now, far as once they come out of school, what kind of advice do you got to them when they out there in the shop? And what do you prefer for them to do, like, if they don't have clientele?
As far as the shop thing goes, I've worked in 3 shops my whole career as a cosmetologist. So I'll say 2009. From 2009 till now, I've worked in 3 shops.
Right.
I do not like working in shops, because it's just a lot. Just having a booth in a shop. So if a person is really going to go do hair, and hair is what they really want to do, you should make it your own brand and make it your own business, so that way you won't have to just be a girl or a guy at somebody else's booth paying them every week. You know what I'm saying? It's not even really about the money, but it's the passion behind it. Right. So right before COVID had hit, I had got an offer to, co-own an office salon space with somebody. You see what I'm saying? Okay. But then COVID hit, and that's what I was thinking about doing. But then COVID hit, so I became a mobile stylist, meaning that you book your appointments through my booking app, and I come to you.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. And then they also got private little booths. You can have your own little room. You ain't got to worry about just you and your client. Right. I like that too. They do that for barbers as well.
Right.
Keeps a lot of riffraff down.
Right, like I had a flea market or in places like
that. Like that, right.
Studios and stuff like that. They do have little places, little studio areas where it can be like 1 or 2 booths. You may have one by yourself, or you may share one with somebody else that's next to you or something like that. So I really just don't like the shop. I feel like it's 2020. We all entrepreneurs. Why would we want to go sit in somebody else's salon
and make them rich?
Do it ourselves.
Exactly. Now, on the flip side of that, it still might be good for them to come right out of school to go set up in a shop, just to get a feel of it, but then eventually branch on out and do their own thing, because it's a whole lot to do and a whole lot of money to make in this industry. Because after working in shops for a while, then I came up with the contract, being a contract barber.
It's so much technology and social media and YouTube and all of that, to where there's a lot of women that's bomb and a lot of men that's bomb with doing hair that don't even have a license.
Yeah, I know, and that's crazy. See, some of them need to go on and get them,
Because really, you technically only you really technically only need a license, ladies and gentlemen, to do chemicals.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with chemicals, perms, relaxers, colors, anything like that. A person that don't do anything with colors or anything with chemicals don't have to have a license to go work in a shop. You can work under a licensed stylist or a licensed barber. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, like an apprentice.
There's a lot of people that has money, great clientele and everything, and never went to school.
Yeah, that's true. Now check this out and see. Now I'm a piggyback on what you're saying because it's great. But see now on the other side, what they got to understand too is just like barbers. You know, there's a lot of brothers that can cut. Now you can go cut somebody's hair with no license, but the thing about it is, if you cut somebody's hair, I mean, you can be at their house or they can be at your house. If you cut somebody's hair and they get ringworms or something, they technically can sue you. So that's why it's still good to go to school. Basically, it's me and your point to the people, to the audience, that we encourage you to get your license, but like you said, if you under somebody, you don't need it. But long as you never know. But all of it's good.
Because you don't want to mess up, and that goes with a woman that's not, or a man that's just braiding. You have braiders, you know what I'm saying? A person's scalp can break out because of the hair.
Lawsuits.
The chemicals you're using. You see what I'm saying? The comb that you're using, anything. You just never know. So it's really safe. It's really protecting yourself as well. As a hairstylist, I've never had a client come to me and say that I damaged their hair, that I did something wrong to their hair, anybody wanting a refund or anything like that. I've never had that type of experience.
Right. Okay. You say it's just like insurance, though. If you're driving a car, you don't have to. You can drive all day with that insurance, but if you hit something, then you got a problem. So get it just in case.
Right. And always get your money up front. I'm gonna make sure that's something from a hairstylist to another hairstylist. Well, this was back then. Now technology, they have booking apps and all that. But just make sure, even if it's like a friend, family member, friend, homegirl, if you're charging them something,
you don't want to be right. You don't want to be working for free. Exactly.
Right. You don't want to have to do something to somebody because they owe you some money.
Okay, Dominique, check this out. Now we're gonna change gears real quick. Now I know you are an inventor. Won't you collaborate on that for me?
Okay. Well, I invented a product for children, and it really wasn't an idea that I thought of. Honestly, it was really, and this may sound cliche to other people, but it was something that God gave me. Honestly, it was, a sitting down, clearing my mind. Hey, Dean, what is that? It sounds good. So what are you going to do with Dominique? Are you going to take it and research it and see what you can do? Or are you just going to let it just be an idea and let somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So I took it.
That's what's up.
I took every opportunity to just say, okay, God, it's time. See, that's the thing. When you have ideas and stuff, you have to put in time. That's the first thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing to anybody that's trying to start a business, trying to do an invention, trying to do anything. It's time, because it's time that you can't get back.
Exactly. Now, if somebody else invented something, can you give them some type of information on that?
Yes. If you have an invention or idea, the first step that you want to do is make sure that idea that you have is not out, because I had to do that. That was the first thing. The thing is, with my product that I have, it's already out. However, no one has ever thought of the product or the idea that I have.
Wow, that's outstanding, Dominique. Outstanding. Now, how did you get so creative with this idea? So you basically
created the perfect fit and training undies for imperfect children, size-wise.
Okay, all right. That's what's up. Now, let me ask you this. Does it take a long time?
Any business takes about a year before you see results. Before you see things showing. I'm a big manifester, so that's why I'm a spiritual woman. So that's one thing, that anything that I want, anything that I want to put my hands on, anything that I want to grasp, I have faith, I believe, I pray, and it comes to me. So the back end of it is doing all your research. You have to make sure you do all your research because you don't want to step on anybody else's toes. You don't want to get sued.
Exactly. All right, Dominique, now check this out. Here's what I want to ask you now. I want you to give everybody out there your contacts and your social media platform.
Okay, well, on Facebook, you can find me under Ciara, Ciara, Slim, Dior, Dior, Smith. On Instagram, it's GOAT, GOAT, Goddess, Dior, Dior. And then my hair page is DiorStylezz, that's STYLEZZ .LLC_.
Outstanding. Now, did you got any shout outs for anybody?
Yes, I got a few shout outs. First, I want to shout out the Most High, first and foremost, because without him, nothing that I'm doing is possible. Nothing that I have going on would not be possible without him.
Right.
I want to shout out my ancestors because they are always with me. They are always, shadowing me, leading me, helping me, pushing me, motivating me to do things when I feel like I don't have anybody else. I want to shout out my kids. Reggie, I got a few shout outs.
It's all good. Give everybody the shout outs that you want to give.
I want to shout out my children because they are my blessings, and I know that as long as I take care of them, we just gonna keep climbing. You see what I'm saying? As long as I be the best mother that I can to them, I'm gonna always get many more blessings. I want to shout out my family because I love them. I want to shout out my best friend, my cousin. I grew up with her in Detroit. We stay right in the same neighborhood, right up the street from each other. She is my soul away from home. Like, I love her. She is such a strong, beautiful woman. She also is a hairstylist. I also inspired her to go get her license. A lot of the things that I taught her was via FaceTime or video because we live in 2 different states, but that's my baby. And then I also want to shout out a special guy that also helped motivate me, that always listens to me when it comes to like my ideas, my vision, my dreams, all of that. Mr. 420. And I want to shout out myself because I'm the bomb.
Okay, then. All right. I hear you, sister. That's all right. Hey, look. Now, I'm glad that you came to my radio show. Appreciate it.
You had me. I appreciate you.
And the last question I want to ask you, Dominique, could you please tell the whole world what's the baddest station in the land and the station that pays?
The MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show.
And there y'all have it, folks. That's Miss Dominique SlimDior. She was right here on the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show.
This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. A station that pays.